guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Very Berry Cobbler. This is perfect if you're looking for something that's homemade, that's comforting, that's easy. Did I mention that it's easy? Super easy. Comes together quite beautifully. There's not a lot of fussing to do, and if you're looking for something sweet like I always am, I'm always looking for sweet treats, this is perfect. And guess what? If you top it off with some ice cream at the end, when it comes out of the oven, you'll thank me. Trust me, you need vanilla ice cream, so make sure before you make this recipe that you run to the store and get some vanilla ice cream. Also, I am using frozen berries. You can use fresh berries. I'm just going the route of frozen berries. I tend to have frozen berries in my freezer year-round just because they're very versatile. Also, they don't expire as fast as fresh fruit would, so I kind of keep them in my freezer for like a month or so, and before I know it, they're gone because my husband and I love to snack on them. Just because it's like a healthy snack.
Do you like to keep frozen blueberries in your pocket?
No! That would make my hands blue and purple. Do you?
I heard it's a good idea to put them in your boss's pocket for him to eat as a snack later.
No, you didn't. Did someone at work tell you that? That sounds familiar. Don't do that, guys. That would be terrible. But
if you like your boss, what's wrong with putting some blueberries in his pocket as a snack for later? You're just helping the guy out.
Did you say frozen or fresh?
Frozen or fresh, either way.
Can you put them in a Ziploc bag?
Well, that would kind of defeat the point.
Okay, that's mean then. Then you're gonna like stain his pockets like a little pin, you know? If you guys like homemade recipes to make at home that are simple, that are easy, that come together beautifully, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Also leave me comments, give me a like, press that bell notification so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. And with that all said, let me show you how to make this Very Berry Cobbler. And do not put berries in your boss's pocket. Listen, he has enough problems, or she, so let's just get on with the recipe and keep the berries for dessert and snacking. First thing you'll need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, then grease your ramekins or your 9x13 inch baking dish. Then I have this stained wooden spoon that I only use for berries, like when I'm making desserts. So I'm using an assortment of frozen berries, and I'm also using frozen strawberries. These ones are kind of chunky, so if you have smaller strawberries, you can definitely use those. And if you have frozen fruit, use that. Use what you have on hand. I like to buy my stuff in bulk from Costco, so that's why I'm using frozen stuff. Then I went ahead and added my sugar, my cornstarch, my lemon juice, and my vanilla extract. And then I went ahead and started combining everything until it was all combined together. The cornstarch is going to help this mixture thicken because the fruit will release a lot of juices. So as you keep mixing it, you'll see that it is easier and easier to mix it. Once you are done mixing everything thoroughly and there is no more dry bits of cornstarch, you are ready to ladle this into your ramekins or your prepared baking dish. Use what you have. I like these ramekins just because they're small and they're like single serving. I actually added 2 more to these 4. They were a little bit different, but I did that off camera. So just do this as evenly as you can. I'm trying to get strawberries in each one and trying to make them look as even as possible. Since I'm using ramekins for this dessert, I did place them on a baking sheet just so I could transport them easy in and out of the oven. Also, this cobbler has a biscuit top. So there's 2 different types of cobbler. There's the ones that have the biscuit top like this one, and then there's the other one that you melt the butter, then you pour the batter, and then you put the fruit on top, and then the batter comes up the sides. So we're not doing that. We're using the biscuit top, and all we're doing is adding flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt together to a large bowl. And I'm using a fork to combine everything. Once it is combined, I went ahead and added my butter that was cubed. Make sure it's cold and unsalted. And I'm using a fork to kind of get the butter to smash into the flour, if that makes any sense. So basically you want to do this so all the butter is incorporated into your flour mixture and just go around. It's going to take some time. You can definitely use a food processor or a pastry blender. Once it resembles coarse meal, kind of like it did, I went ahead and added my buttermilk slowly and I gave it a quick mix. It should come together really beautifully and it should be kind of like shaggy. It shouldn't look like a bread dough or anything like that. It should kind of resemble a biscuit dough. So once everything is moist and wet, you're going to start forming little biscuits for your ramekins. So I'll be forming 6 little biscuits for each ramekin because that's what I have. If you are using a 9x13 inch pan, you're probably going to form 6 to 8 biscuits, entirely up to you. I really like that these biscuits are flaky and they look really rusticy and homemade. They look really pretty when they sit on top of each ramekin by themselves individually. And I love that you can still see the butter running through these biscuits. It gives these biscuits a nice flaky texture and they taste really good. So of course they're not even perfect circles. You can try that, but I really like that they have this nice jaggedy look to them. So once I finished topping my ramekins with each biscuit, I brushed each biscuit with buttermilk. I'm just using a pastry brush to brush the tops of each and every single biscuit. Make sure you get every little spot. This is going to add extra interest. And then on top of that, I went ahead and added some raw sugar. The raw sugar is a little bit more coarse than your average sugar, and it's going to add a little bit extra crunch and shininess on top of the cobbler or on top of the biscuit. So once you do all that, you are ready to add this to your oven and bake it. I love that this dessert just reminds me of my sister. I know I talk about my sister, I feel like a lot, but that's because I only have one sister and I like to bake with her. It's like really fun and I like to bounce ideas off of her. So it reminds me of her when she came out last year. We made some berry cobbler. By we, I totally mean she did the whole thing by herself. I told her how to do it. She made it and we all enjoyed it. Her husband, my husband and I, we like dove into this thing and we demolished it. So just find yourself someone that you can bake and cook with. It's really fun and therapeutic, believe it or not. And it's fun to exchange ideas, get to know what the other person knows, and you'd be surprised how much another person knows. So I went ahead, finished topping my biscuits. Hopefully you place your ramekins on a baking dish for easy transportation. You'll see that these kind of explode a little bit in the oven. But if you have them on a baking sheet, you should avoid a lot of mess. So I'm just baking mine for 45 to 55 minutes or until the tops are nicely golden brown, kind of like these. Oh my goodness, they smelled so good when I pulled them out of the oven. And I love berries, so berries definitely smell good and they're nice and bubbly. The tops are golden brown and a little bit crunchy, so you're going to want to let them sit for around 5 minutes or so, or until the berries kind of have a time to set up. You'll see that the cornstarch starts helping the berries thicken, and I really love how some of the berry juice came up out of the ramekins. It looks really pretty. I love that look. It just looks really homemade. And of course, you have to top each and every single one of these with vanilla ice cream. I'm actually using vanilla bean ice cream. I bought the wrong kind. I wanted just vanilla, but I just grabbed the wrong one. Make sure you're using your favorite vanilla ice cream. And after you added around 2 scoops of ice cream to each and every single ramekin, you are ready to dive into this delicious treat. Now, I hope you guys are getting hungry. If not, I hope I'm going to make you hungry just because this is so good. So make sure you get a bite of the ice cream, the biscuit, and the berries, just because it's a perfect balance of every single flavor in one bite. The ice cream is nice and cool and creamy. The biscuit has this nice crunchy texture that's slightly sweet, and then the berries are tarty but hot. It just works really well, and I'm giving you guys a little bit of up close just so you guys know what I'm talking about. This cobbler is everything you would want in a homemade cobbler or any type of cobbler because it is so good, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I hope I inspired you to make this at home. It is delicious. It doesn't take a lot of effort, and I think you will really like it. Now that I taught you how to make a very berry cobbler using little cute ramekins, I hope you guys give this a try. Enjoy this lovely homemade dessert. Serve it to the people you love just to show them that you appreciate them, you love them, and you care for them. Make sure you do not go to work tomorrow and place blueberries in your boss's pockets because that would just be terrible, and I don't want that to come back to me because that's a no-go. And also, if you make this dessert, do not skip out on the ice cream. That will be a huge failure on your part, not on mine, because I added ice cream to mine and it was delicious and it was awesome. There's awesome flavors in your mouth that melt together, work together. Listen, just make this dessert. I think you guys are gonna like it. Before I let you go, make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and check out my other videos from here for more awesome homemade good stuff that is homemade, not anything that you get at the store or at the restaurant. By the way, this dessert is way better than anything you'll ever find at a restaurant. I don't think anything can compare to it. Just watch out for blueberry stains on your shirt because I got quite a few of them. We won't talk about that. I'm just praying that my OxiClean stain remover will get them out. All right, guys, until next time, stay warm, stay happy, Be awesome. See ya. Bye.
Why is my pocket cold?
Oh, yeah, I added some blueberries.
You did, didn't you?
I did.